Hi Leo, welcome back to your monthly tarot reading. I'm Ashley Rose and this is your monthly reading for March 2022. This reading goes to all Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I like to say, if you're watching these for each, start with your Sun, move to your Moon, Rising, Venus, you get it. What was I going to say? This, anytime throughout this month you want to come back, listen to this. It's calling to you in a couple months, whenever you feel like this message is for you. This is here for you. We're going to be pulling 7 cards for the overview of your month, an oracle card, 3 cards for your love life, 3 cards to clarify, and an affirmation at the end. So 1 second as I get everything squared up. We start off this month in Pisces season, and it's this great time where kind of the veil feels very thin with the spiritual world. We're dreaming a lot. We're coming up with new ideas. We're expanding the way that we're thinking about our emotions, the way that we're expressing ourselves, and we're really allowing our more mystic, weird side of ourselves to kind of come out and come forward. It's in this space that when we're not so practical, we can kind of come up with bigger picture things, right? Bigger ideas that make us excited, get us inspired. And we start the March 2nd, this month off on March 2nd with a new moon in Pisces. So that's really exciting because a new moon is the start of a new lunar cycle. It's a time, where we recharge our batteries, we set new intentions, we come up with new things that we'd like to manifest, and we look back at what's happened. I'm gonna go within the last lunar cycle, this last month, and figure out what worked, what hasn't worked, and how we can kind of course correct on the way forward to, again, get ourselves aligned with what we want, and maybe with things that we realized we didn't want anymore. It's a good point of coming together to put our best foot forward. And it's really going to help us really get close to that connection with our soul and allow our true vulnerability and authenticity to just kind of come out. I feel like we're gonna feel very stripped open in the most beautiful sense, as my Pisces Sun and Mercury, or my Pisces stellium can say, of just allowing ourselves to be us and to be authentic and to be vulnerable and to be who we are in a new way. And then we have a full moon in Virgo that happens on March 18th. And I love that because it's going to help us kind of through this season come and ground us back down and come up with the practical, really illuminate the practical path in front of us to make these dreams happen. These things that we have been thinking about, dreaming up, these big picture ideas we have in our minds right now is really going to help us think of the practical ways to bring them in, to take them from, non-physical in our mind and then bring them into this physical. It's also going to maybe illuminate the fears that we have that are stopping us from that. So if we have fears in money, that might be illuminated, and we could come up with ideas on how to break through that. If we have, if we fear success, or we fear stability or good relationships, you might see some of those things surface as, we are working through them, or they are being kind of put on our path because we're in this time where, we're open to so many things that our intuition is guiding us to break through these last couple things that, again, are really stopping us from achieving what we want. Okay, Leo. And then we end this month off in Aries season, and I love it because we end an astrological calendar in Pisces season and we begin another one, and it really feels like the world. That's how I feel, in the tarot, the major arcana of the world, where in an end is a new beginning, but we are letting go of the old, labels, versions, masks of ourselves that we used to be, and now we can go into Aries season, this new calendar year, not calendar year, but new astrological year, a more authentic version of ourselves, and we have the excitement and the adventure waiting for us to really explore what that means, to really as we've knocked down the last little bit of our fears of what's standing in the way of our success, what's standing in the way of our abundance, we are ready to, again, allow this new, I wouldn't say new because it's not a new version of ourselves, but it's new to this world version of ourselves, and we're ready to kind of just explore what that is and explore what we can create with that. So I'm excited because there's a lot that can be done with that. And this month we're really, we have cut through, these past couple months, we've been cutting through the bullshit of what has been keeping us back, to where we're in this space now this month where we are communicating clearly what our ideas are and what we've been imagining for ourselves. We've been having fun allowing our imagination to kind of expand, because we've been in Aquarius season and now we're in Pisces season, and our imagination loves this time of year because we're really allowing ourselves to see what it can create, right? And when we follow that, how we can kind of transform our life, I wouldn't say accordingly, but transform our life with it. And we allow ourselves to walk through a new doorway towards our happiness, towards our ease, towards, celebration and good times and success, and ultimately build something that is a stronger foundation that is aligned with our life purpose than we had before. But we have to open our hearts up to accept that, to, drop ourselves from being so guarded because we were a little scared before, which I think is really interesting. Leos can be guarded as a Leo, but it's pushing you because you're so good at being confident and, having the attention on you. And it's not even the attention in an attention-seeking way, but, that some of it is a little maybe performative. And it's time for us to drop that wall and still stand out and be who we are and do the things that maybe people don't know that we like to do because we only show them one side of ourselves, right? And deepen their understanding of who we are and deepen, our connection with ourselves through this, because Pisces season is about that as well, is our connections, is our relationships, and we're able to really hit new levels with them this month as we allow ourselves to be open and we drop our walls and we allow our vulnerability to come out, because we start this month off with the Knight of Swords in reverse. And when the Knight of Swords is this way, he's known for being extreme, and he's known for kind of taking action and going after what he wants and not really worrying about what other people kind of have to say about that, right? He is kind of starting arguments, picking fights. He's got his sword. Who's going to fight him off? Nobody, right? And it's kind of this gesture that we need to kind of cut through the bullshit because it's stopping us, right? Getting stuck in the, my belief, like in your limiting beliefs, or like, not now, or, I could get this off my to-do list, but I'm going to do this instead. Those types of things, that's what was keeping us back behind, before. And we had to kind of go on a journey to transform that. But with this being in reverse, it's like we're going after what we want without all of the, right? What the word is I'm trying to say. Without all of, I can just say bullshit that comes along with it, right? The like, it needs to be this perfect time, or I'm waiting for here. We're listening to our ideas and we're doing something with them right away. We're taking initiative now. We're taking the action that's needed now. And when we take the action that's needed with our ideas and we allow our imagination to have space to grow, it brings us here. It brings us to this Four of Wands, to one of the happiest cards in the deck. And we feel that's right in the beginning of the month to step forward into this new space, because this new space of time that's filled with ease, that's filled with joy, that's filled with happiness, that's filled with people waiting for you to celebrate. Like, look at these people through this doorway. They're like, hello. Finally, you stopped fighting people about your ideas and you just started doing something with them, right? You stopped trying to prove your ideas and you just gave them a space to grow, right? And this is like 11/11, make a wish. So what have you been wishing on? What have you been wishing in your work, that has to do with your purpose, that has to do with your energy? What are you wishing on that's like motivating you? Because we're talking about wands here, so wands have to do with, our drive, our energy, our enthusiasm, taking our manifestations, bringing them into reality. It has to do with our destiny and our purpose. And so as we stopped, we're taking action in a positive way, we finally finally aligned ourselves again with what it is we're meant to be doing. And we can do that in a way more easy fashion that is a foundation that is way more firm and way more solid and way more secure, that makes us feel better about dropping our guard and allowing our vulnerability to come out, because we're holding on to our heart a little bit too hard and it's stopping us. That's what was stopping us here. But as we flip this, we've taken the opportunity to walk through here, and we realize it's secure, we realize it's stable, we realize that the people that are here are for us and support us and honor what we have to offer. We can start dropping down our guards a little bit, but it's going to be a tough one. I feel like for us a little bit this month, it's going to be like, we're going to get a little push pull, but do it, because nobody wants to be stuck as a miser, and that's really going to be what's holding you back. I want to also say pay attention to 4s this month, because you have 1 more in your reading, 444. That's going to be an indication that you're going in the right way and that you're protected. 444 is an amazing number. It has to do with your ascended masters being here with you to protect you, guidance through this, and that you're going in the right direction. And for it to pop up in your reading, especially when I'm talking about this card here, the 4 of Pentacles, that when we feel a little insecure, when we feel like we want to close up, tune back into that energy of 444 and know that you are protected, you are guided, and that all of your guides and spirits are here with you through this, and that it's important that you work through this energy, because it really is going to be the only thing that's holding you back this month, and that is learning that it's you. And then I'm going to say that a little, because it feels blunt to me, but to know that you are the one holding yourself back might feel like a big revelation, and it might feel a little silly as it happens. But in the middle of your reading, you have the King of Cups. And so he's here to kind of help soothe that and help transition you into this new way of being. The King of Cups is, all about his emotions. He's tuned in. He's emotionally mature. He's experienced. He leads his life, his kingdom, his community with consideration, with patience, with compassion. And we're giving that to ourselves too, especially as we move through this. We have to give ourselves patience, we have to give ourselves compassion, we have to give ourselves the love to work through that, so that we don't want to close back up again, and to know that this is a safe space around us, right? Because we've been coming from times that might have been a little tumultuous, that have, been a little trying, and especially with these past couple years because of the pandemic and even where the world's at right now, it can feel a little scary. But this month we're going to get all the signs that are saying go, go, go. And with the King of Cups in the middle, it really is like all dreams are possible, and all of your dreams can become reality, and you're really sitting in a really I don't even know, magical spot, because look at him sitting here on this stone throne in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of water. It's like, how is this happening? How is he doing this? And that's going to be your month. You're going to look back and people are going to be asking you, how did you do this? How did you create that? How do you manifest this job? How did you open your heart up and now you have this person in your life? How did you do these things? How are you aligned so well? And you're just going to be like, I listened to my intuition. I saw the guidance coming in, and I, corrected, or I, positioned myself accordingly, right? And there's this little red boat in the background, so there's still a journey that you're on with your desires, but it's bringing you clarity, and it's bringing you peace, and it's bringing you understanding. And when you're tuned into all of these things, and again, you allow your intuition and you allow your spirituality to come to the forefront, we're in this month, we're in this season, just embrace it, allow it to happen, and just see what unfolds. When you do, okay? Because again, he's at the middle of your reading, so whenever you're feeling that, and he's got this saber in his hand, just indicating like this, he has the answers to life. The answers that you need are within you, and they come from your intuition, and they come from your internal guidance system, and they come from not allowing fear leading the way. And Heidi is looking at me like, you better tell them that, okay? You better get that into their brains. Because after this, we have the Four of Swords. So this journey that we've been experiencing, that we've been on, we might need a little bit of time to rest and meditate as we go towards the end of the month. We might want to kind of slow down a little bit as things are kind of really picking up steam. It might be a moment to kind of just rest and think about all the things that kind of need to change, or not need to change, or that we're working on changing, and that we're opening up, right? Because we have these swords that are hanging over our head, and that is like, don't listen, don't open up, don't trust, don't use these ideas, they're not good enough, right? And they're hanging over our head, and we need to kind of like rest our minds so that we can connect again with this big picture that we see, with this happiness that's right in front of us, with these dreams that we're dreaming right now during this Pisces season. It's going to be important that we give ourselves, or we give our brains and our minds the chance and the opportunity to kind of catch up with everything that's unfolding, because it's going to feel like a lot for some of us. But ultimately, like, look at you, you're sitting here, laying here in this yellow, I do think it's like a coffin, but this yellow bed, we'll say, for lack of better words. And it's, helping you realign back in with that happiness. And there is yellow throughout this reading. That is an indication that, as you follow this journey and you go through what you need to go, that you grow through what you need to go through, is bringing you exactly where you want to be. And when you wake up, when you've taken this time, you reach this Knight of Pentacles. And that's him like totally standing in his power, understanding what he has to offer, and waiting for, the call of what to do with it. He's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm dressed in my armor. I'm ready to go out there. I'm ready to do my duty and be a part of this life and share my light, right? And share what I have to offer. But I'm gonna wait. He's waiting now for the call. And just like, the Knight of Swords is known for the extreme, the Knight of Pentacles is too, where, he's a little unsure on when to go. That's his extreme. He's like hesitant. But we're getting ourselves realigned with what we're doing. And then we have the Hermit here in reverse, because I feel like this hesitance comes from being unsure on what our light is and what our purpose is. Because we have the Four of Wands here being the only wands kind of present in terms of talking about our purpose and our path and our energy and what we're doing with it. And if he was staring here, the Hermit would be telling him to go within to figure out what to do with that pentacle, with this, this talent, this skill that he's holding on to, that he needs to look within and spend a little bit longer on his solo journey. But I feel like with the Hermit in reverse here, he's telling him that, the journey within, you don't have to do anymore, and it's time for you to do something with it, for you to make the call to move forward. It's your opportunity. It is your choice with what you do with this, And I feel like when I see this pentacle, it reminds me of like your power, your authenticity. It's your call, what you want to do with your strengths, your talents, your desires, your authenticity, your power. What are you going to do with it? You have the choice to say. And you're protected through that. Look at this armor that you're wearing. And at the bottom here, and I also want to say this, the Hermit in reverse, for some of us, I don't know why, but I feel the need to share, is like, don't get lost in other people's dreams for you, for themselves, or helping somebody else. This is a moment and an opportunity to shine your light and your special talent, and to do something with it, and not get stuck waiting on the sidelines for somebody else to tell you when to go. The time is now. This Knight of Swords, he said, let's take action. We're going towards action. We're heading into Aries season, and we're doing something with that. Because at the bottom, we have the Emperor in reverse, and he is ruled by Aries. So, be the leader. Before, we were maybe not being the leader in our life that we needed to, or we were, not fully listening to our experience, or a little bit shy to share that side of us. Our time is now. We have it here, and it's time to move forward, because look at the sun. That's you. The sun will come out tomorrow. That's literally how I felt when I saw that, and I feel like this month is going to feel. It feels a little challenging, because you got to work through this stuff, and the stuff that you have to work through is internal. It's not something that you're dealing with other people. It's you and your own worth and what you want to do with it, and allowing your light to shine, allowing your inner child to come out, allowing yourself to say, okay, allowing yourself to lead this horse and say, okay, pony, we're going to go towards our own success. We're going to go towards our healthy relationships, our abundance, our security, our stability. We're making that for ourselves. And a reminder that 444 is going to be the indication that you're doing all the things that you need to be doing. So don't doubt yourself. Because here in our oracle card, we have protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Yes, cut the cords. Call back your power and do something with it. Let me read this because I love it. Look at that. You have all these people here. You have these women in a circle and they're like, you know, protection. And there's the moon above that. I love that. Okay, what does this say? Call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. You are being called to protect your energy and call back your power. May all the lost pieces return home now. Take a look at who and what drains your energy. Do not keep your tabs open. Shut down energetically each night. Energetic cords are formed between people, places, objects, and events. So it's important to keep checking in. Your energy and energetic space are sacred, so treat them as such. Keep your energy clear. Keeping your energy clear takes work. As we go through life, we can give away our power, so it is important that we call back by cutting energetic cords or doing a form of healing known as soul retrieval. Can you think of a traumatic event, relationship, or soul memory that you are being called to call back from your power? Check into your body now and see what chakra it feels like it needs a little bit of energetic cleanup. I love that because I can see that in a greater in a deeper meaning now, because we're moving to this where we're calling back our power, where these people appreciate our power before we didn't. And that's why all of this is popping up, right? Because we had to protect ourselves, and now we're standing in our spiritual essence, our spiritual power. We can do that, but we had to kind of go back and remember that. We're not waiting for those other people to tell us what to do with our power, and we don't need other people to tell us when we should use our power. It's our power to use, and we're not getting caught up in somebody else's, again, thoughts, views, ideas on what we should do with it. We're doing that with it, and we are deciding when we're going to lead, when we're going to stay, when we're going to go, how we're going to open up. But that's what we're going through. That's what you're going through, and it's calling back what may have been taken and what may have been taken advantage of. So I love that. That's really, I feel like, really beautiful. I feel like necessary for you this month, because you really are. I feel this, like this blossoming energy after this, that this protection, because it's going to help you really identify what you're doing, why you're doing, how you're doing it, and how you're going to stand more authentically in yourself. So I'm going to move into your love reading. We have separation, time apart from your partners on the horizon, Ace of Wands, stay optimistic about your love life, Eight of Swords, and then we have reconciliation, someone from your past is returning to your life, Page of Wands. Yes, you are calling your power back from this ex, this person in your life that just was stealing it away, that didn't see you or value you for who you are, didn't let your light shine. And the universe is giving you a new opportunity to do something different when they separate you. Okay? So I feel like that's what this Knight of Swords is, this what we've cut out of our lives, I feel like, as a person. So that might be an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and you have an opportunity to see things in a different perspective. The stay optimistic about your love life is don't let them take your power, and don't let them keep them bound. Don't be stuck. Don't get yourself caught up in all of these things that you didn't do or should have happened or didn't happen or whatever it is. You have the strength to untie yourself from that relationship, from this person that was taking away all of the good things that you had to offer, that made you this miser that was held up and caught up and don't want to share anymore, and that put these swords over your head, that you're watching of who to now give yourself to. You have the strength to let that go, to work through that and to heal that. And then we have this reconciliation. I feel like they come back, but you're focused on this new opportunity coming in. You're focused on yourself. You're focused on your power. You're focused on what you want to do. And you're focused about learning about yourself in a new way. And I freaking love that, Leo. Yes, you deserve that. You deserve to be the center of attention in your life for yourself. And nobody else gets to steal your shine or your spotlight. Thank you. Because at the bottom here we have the Knight of Cups, the Fool, the Queen of Wands, and the Sun. I love that you just keep coming out for yourself. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. It's all coming. It's all coming because you're believing in you. All right, I'm going to get to the affirmation. If you'd like to know more about me, what I have going on, or you'd like to book a tarot reading, you can go to ashleyrose.com. You can follow me on Instagram as well. That's Ashley Rose Tarot. The links are in the description. And 1, 2, 3. It feels good, or it's good to feel good. Yes, 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 yes. You deserve that. You deserve to feel good, and you deserve to take your power back and to walk into this next phase of life free and ready, and know that you are protected through this. I love this protection. It is a clear symbol throughout. Even here, you got the Knight of Swords in armor, you got the Knight of Pentacles in armor, you got 444. Protection is all around you. So do what you need to do this month, because it's good to feel good and you deserve to feel good, okay? I love you, Leos. I can't wait to see how March unfolds for you guys. It's going to be a good one. It's going to feel a little bit tough, but it's all worth it for you and your happiness. So again, I love you. I can't wait to see how this all unfolds, and I will catch you later in the Daily Tarot readings.